Hey guys, what's up? Back to another Jackson the Composer polling review. And I just recently saw the new Ted Bundy Netflix film. You know the one. It's called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, I believe, with Zac Efron. And I don't remember the other actress's name, but she plays his girlfriend. And I did this after being interested because Netflix knows how to interest you. I saw the movie, and it was good, and I liked it. Kind of, but I had some questions that might be a little bit different. I have a weird interest in serial killers, just a little bit, and I kind of know a lot about Ted Bundy because of the tapes, watching the tapes beforehand, which is a separate series that I thought was even a little bit better. And in this one, they're polar opposites almost. They have completely different ideas of who Ted Bundy really is, even though they tell almost the exact same story. Of course, the 4-hour-long big Ted Bundy Tapes tells a lot more of the story. The important part is that this movie that I'm going to be reviewing gives Ted Bundy a new persona, as if he is the good guy, even though everyone knows he wasn't the good guy, and there's so much evidence to point out he wasn't. It's just he continues throughout the whole movie to constantly defend himself to the point where it's almost like denial or something, which was just like in real life, but there was definite evidence pointing against him. For instance, like the way his eyes got black whenever he started to talk about the murders or the details in the courtroom case, his stupid decisions, arguably stupid decisions in the courtroom of becoming his own lawyer, basically, and that was shown pretty well. My problem with it was that he was almost considered the good guy. Like, you know how Sheldon, you see him maybe in the trailers, he's I think the opposition. I don't know if that's really what it's called, but he's sort of supposed to be his antagonist, which is disturbing because Ted Bundy's like everyone's antagonist. Efron did a fantastic job as Ted Bundy. Actually, he looks a lot like him, which is a little disturbing. I said disturbing already, but he looks a lot like him, which looks a little scary. Some of the stuff shot for shot, which they're doing a lot now, like similar to the Tommy Wiseau Disaster Artist movie. And I found it disturbing because I don't want to say I didn't know whether that he was a bad guy or not, but the movie seemed like it was leaning towards it that he was a good guy, which is just wrong. Because a lot of it, everyone else seemed like opposition, even though they were right, and he's actually a terrible, terrible human being. So it's weird to me, and icky. It makes me feel icky when you're watching both of them. I think that the tapes are better because I think they had a better view of who he was, and they gave more of a history to him. But really, since he denied everything, it's hard to know for sure anything that he did was true, even though we have tons of evidence. But yeah, that's basically my take on the Ted Bundy movie. I would recommend it, but not really after seeing the tapes, because you can obviously compare the two and probably say that the tapes are better. It's entertaining, sad, depressing. There's not very much actual action in it, and I thought the music was pretty bad, except for maybe a couple things at the end. And I thought the music in the tapes was a lot better, but that's besides the real point of the movie. That's just my musician talking. I would recommend it, but I would just say watch the tapes instead. Don't even watch this. Don't even watch this if you're interested in Ted Bundy to the point where you just want to see a movie with Zac Efron being scary. I'm not really sure who the target audience is if it's not as good as the tapes, but I would recommend it to people who even watch the tapes just because Ted Bundiness and Ted Bundy's in a movie, which is disturbing that he would probably actually have liked that he was in a movie. Goodbye.